You'll take care of everything on your side, Cindy.
Yes, Sawa, ready? All right.
Yes.
Great. Welcome to the Terrian Invitational Rapid Challenge interview series. Tonight, we are joined by the 2017 Ladies National Champion, none other than WCM Woman Candidate Master Joyce Nyaruai. We're just going to go through the journey of her life in chess, why it has taken her to be where she is, one of the strongest ladies, arguably, in East Africa. And we're going to hear right from her own lips and from her heart and get to understand who is this Joyce and what did it take her to be where she is right now. There'll be a trivia question later on in the show posted down there for our fans who are joining us to be able to answer. Remember, next week we'll be posting the leaderboard so far, those who are leading on the leaderboard, how far they have been able to accumulate points, and what they are going to get is for the winner 5,000 gift voucher for courtesy of the village market. The second winner is going to get gift voucher worth 3,000, and the third winner gift voucher worth 2,000, courtesy again of the village market. Remember, the answer to the trivia questions must be in before the show ends, and the members of the Chess Kenya Executive Committee, Organizing Committee, and the players taking part in this event are not eligible to play. Remember, the event will be taking place at the Trademark Hotel right in the village market on March 20th to 21st. A few days to go, the field is ready, and here we are. Joyce, how are you? Good evening, Joyce.
Good evening to you too.
Good to see you.
LGM, I'm very fine.
Fantastic. How was your day?
You too. Friday. It was a very nice day.
Friday. What about Friday?
I'm glad I'm doing TCA. That's my bash for tonight.
Great. How's COVID been taking you this while that you've been away in COVID times?
For me, I look at the bright side because I was able to stay at home for close to 3 months. That's something we've not been able to do for a long time. Like everybody, my brothers, they were all at home with our dad. It's been so long since we were all together. So that's a plus for us.
So every cloud has a silver lining, so we can say. Now, tell us, who is Joyce Nyaruai, WCM, apart from being a WCM? Who is Joyce? Your family, what you do career-wise, still in school or something? Let's hear from you, girl.
Joyce is a passion somewhere, and a sister, an engineer in the making, and a chess player. Yeah.
What course are you taking to be an engineer? When you say engineer in the making, I presume you are studied towards that. What course is that?
Yeah, I'm doing my undergraduate in electrical and electronics engineering in the Technical University of Kenya. Finalist there.
Ah, okay, great. You have a very impressive CV. I had one of the players in the national team, Captain Ricky Sang, saying very impressive credentials you have right there. I also had one of the players taking part in the men's section, Mehul Goi, really praising your ability as a lady player, and he reckons, which is contestable, that you are arguably the best lady in East Africa, even better than WIM, IVM, Moko, in terms of tactical vision. Tell us, how has your chess been shaped and how did you start it?
So the chess journey started when I came to Nairobi to pursue education. Tumeletwa Nairobi na masomo. So yeah, so when I was in Form 4, during the like last few holidays, I saw my brothers and my dad playing chess. Then I wasn't so interested. Then they pulled me in. So they told me you're going to play versus. So I was like, okay. So when I'm playing, they're shouting the moves. And then I got so interested. That's how I learned by force. Then on going back to school, there were two more ladies who could play chess and we will spar against each other. But being finalists, you could not do much in chess. You have to focus on your exams.
Correct.
So sasa venye tulikuja na okay. So when we came to Nairobi now, my life was between the hostel and school. Every time I tried to go to Nairobi CBD, I would end up spending like 3 hours. I've lost my way. So going to town, you have to calculate 3 hours to find your way. And, yes.
What?
And conmen and whatnot. So Nairobi was not very fun at first, but when I was in school, just moving around looking for a new place. Actually, the first week after orientation, I met some guys playing chess. There was I remember Lutomia, Chrysantos, and Movin Saturday. They were playing in our school. So when I sat down, they all laughed, and then one of them said, "Siniliwambia watakuja." So there's a shortage of ladies. So when one comes and actually sits down, so they say they'll come. So just having a background in chess, I was able to just fit right in, and that became my evening. Every evening after class, that's what I was doing, and I think that really helped me and my teammates. Yeah.
Okay, when you're talking of coming to Nairobi and the adventures you had in the CBD, you had to take another 3 hours to be able to find your way around. That must be very harrowing experience. Where were you coming from that the city life was becoming such a challenge?
In a small my parents, the way they had raised us, you are either working at home or in school. You don't really go around being idle. So tulikuwa tumefungiwa nyumbani sana, and then now I came to the city and now I'm all on my own. So all I knew is Karatina, my high school, and probably church on Sundays. Yeah.
Karatina. Now that explains it. I saw on your Facebook page today something saying you are asking, there was an opinion poll. What is going to let you down? Is it the R or the L? Did you mean to say if I tell you shout, what is it? Rubbish, you'll say lavish. I saw that and I laughed. I said, Joyce has a sense of humor. It's very hilarious indeed.
In high school, we had a certain teacher during class, our Kiswahili teacher. So when he was explaining to us, our teacher was not in, and then he sent his friend to come and stand in for him. And then the teacher started class by introducing himself, and then he says, "Mtanisamehe, niko na shida ya sha na sha."
In fact, that's the other one. That's the other one I read. Sha na sha. I didn't understand. Now I get it.
Yeah.
So mulimsamehe.
What has we understood, but we were in no position to judge. We all have those problems.
Joyce, tell us now. You started playing chess at the Technical University of Kenya, and they started noticing you, and undoubtedly you started being singled out as someone to beat. What really motivated you, and how was that journey towards chess mastery? Before even you tell us how you became a woman-guided master, how you became the national champion, that transition to now playing from the family and now coming to play with other guys, you mentioned like in Lutomia at the Technical University of Kenya. What really made your game grow to such a level?
So at first, I would have like every evening after class, we finish class at 5. and then I start my chess now. I was so excited. So we only had one board actually, one or two boards at most, and there were no clocks back then. There was no playing online, so you just have to meet. And so we meet there, and four people will analyzing other people's game and wondering why they didn't make a certain move or why they made a certain move. So we'll do that for close to 3 hours every evening. It's sort of, I don't know if it's addiction, but unwinding from the whole day of lectures. So from 5 to let's say around 7 or 8, just playing chess. But then I think what was the extra push is I met with my coach, Moses Andiwo. He likes to enjoy me very much. He really had trouble instilling some basic concepts in me. So sometimes he will place a puzzle on the board and then ask me what's the best move, especially king and pawn end games. So basic. And then I will suggest the moves that are so terrible, and then he'll just like he'll hold his head, walk away, and then ask, Joyce, can't you see? Yeah, so for me, I think my coach played a very major role in helping me step up.
All right. And then suddenly you started being noticed, started beating ladies, and then came the year that you became the national champion, 2017. How was that feeling for you? Did you feel you had worked hard to deserve that, or you felt it took too long to come? Hello, Joyce, are you hearing me?
Yes, I hear you. Pardon?
All right. Mhm. About becoming now the national champion, that journey towards being the national champion, 2017, was it something you're expecting or it hit you as a surprise? Did you think that it took too long to get there, or it was just finally, I knew it? How was it?
Uh, I was a bit excited and surprised. In 2016, I had eyed that slot, though Riasha wouldn't have that. Okay, and then some people I was still at that point, and then I had guys like Gidinji who had seen me play, and then they told me, this year you should become this year, and then it didn't happen. So I was anticipating. And then I had just come to learn of the national tournaments. Before that, we were just playing in the Kusa events, Kenya University Sports Association. Yeah.
Yes.
So so we had done Kusa, and then we had also done East African University Games, which had been in Uganda, Mukono. Yeah. So all this time spent, it had been a rough time coming up. I remember we used to meet with Daphne in Kusa. There's a game we played, but it still rings in my mind. We played, and then she captured all my pieces, and then she mated me the bishop. Okay.
I mean, what do you mean by all the pieces? All the pieces, you had a bear king?
No, I had all my pieces. Sorry, I had all my pieces, and then bishop comes and checkmates me, and there's no way I'm getting out of it. Okay, so that if I was unable to sleep, I woke up with a nightmare. Like I'm just trying to think of how much to get out of this.
Yes.
It was thrilling, yeah.
I can imagine that feeling. I mean, Bishop alone. But then before then, you had joined the national team. You had gone to Baku, Azerbaijan for the Olympiad. Before then, that was in 2016, I think. And that's the same time, also the same year, you had attained the woman candidate master title after playing the Zone 4.2 championship. So, and that's still the same year, you had joined Equity Bank, or you had going to join the Madia Equity Bank chess team. and you are the ladies anchor player champion for that year. How was that in terms of putting pressure on you? I've attained all these things, yet I'm not the national champion. Why not?
Uh-huh. I was in the national team, though I played in the Equity Open. It wasn't a team. It wasn't
Oh,
in the
okay,
Equity
okay.
team.
Open, okay, okay.
I'm in the
Champion.
KCB.
Uh-huh.
Uh, 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 Pardon.
Okay, is that right? I can hear you. What's up?
Oh, rudia swali tafadhali.
No, sorry, you had not joined Equity, but the same 2016 you won the Equity Open. Now, being the zone 4, you had played the zone 4.2, you had gone to the Olympiad, but yet you had not attained the national championship title. Was it putting any extra pressure on you to perform to a level that you can justify and validate the fact that I've been there, done that, why not be the national champion? Did that have some pressure on you, or did it inspire you positively to say, I can be the alpha female in this thing?
Um, not really.
Mhm.
Back then there wasn't so much activity online. Like right now, if somebody wants to know what's happening in Kenyan chess, you'll just Google Kenyan chess, and then you'll get probably upcoming events, and even on the Chess Kenya page, you'll get upcoming events. So back then, I remember the first, I think it was the 2014 Olympiad, I'm sure. There was a tournament that people are vying for, and I made it to number 13, and I was there praying, let people pull out so that I can get to the top 10. So, so at that point, I had just learned that I had been participating in a qualifier tournament. The whole time I had been kidogo kidogo, that's how I was just coming to be. I was getting exposure on the opportunities that are there in the chess forums. So
Yes.
I didn't really know much about the national champion and whatnot. Yeah,
All
but I
right,
was
great.
glad to become a national.
Yeah, you must have. Okay, that was good. Now, for fans who are watching us and listening to this interview, we are with WCM Joyce Nyaruai, the 2017 Ladies National Champion. Last year, she was pipped, 2019 rather, she was pipped to the title by WCM Lucy Wanjiru. Maybe she'll hear our feelings about that. But the question for today is to say he's called the pride and sorrow of chess. His fame rests on fewer than 75 serious games. His last act before quitting tournament chess was to offer pawn and move odds to anyone in the world. There were no takers. Who is the chess player that we are talking about today? I'll post the question down there because rather long is on our link down there. Who is the chess player that we are talking about today? Answer before the show is over so that you get a chance to, you start a chance of winning the money that is on offer. Now, Joyce, coming to the national championship in 2019. Here you are playing the national championship, and then you meet these all candidates, and then you turn out to be number 2. What was that like for you? Did you feel, how could that happen?
Mm, that tournament I was in terrible shape. I've been in terrible shape for some time, but that tournament was extra special. And even getting to number 2 was a fluke. Uh,
Really?
it was a bit of luck. Some of the things that transpired. Otherwise, I was not. It was just luck or bad luck on some other cases. When playing Lucy, it's unfortunate we didn't get to play, but I really usually enjoy our games with Lucy. when it comes to most ladies, they don't like smack talk. They don't challenge. They don't like talking smack, and they don't challenge the opponent beforehand. Like, I remember Jack. There's a time Jack was playing a certain player in the finals. I think it was Joseph. And then he promised to beat him and and deliver. So for somebody to promise to beat you and deliver, it takes a lot. So between me and Lucy, there's that kind of honesty. She will come to me and then tell me, "You girl, I'll see you over the board." Okay, and she promises. Okay? So when you're playing with her, I really enjoy, and then it's normally fireworks. Maybe with the other ladies, they normally cheers. No one wants to really threaten.
Yes,
I think it's a question of it jinx yourself, but I think with me and Lucy, just put jinx aside.
So now talking about you and Lucy, she was here last time and she said she doesn't see what other positions is going to become. But number one, coming to this event on March 20th, 21st, what is your game plan? What are you bringing into this hot event happening in the Trademark Hotel at the Village Market?
For me, it will be nice to get the first prize. It will be great. Though my main target is to have quality games.
Correct.
Yeah. For me, maybe some supporters.
So in other words, if you're going to bring your A game, is that not a veiled way of saying that you're going to make sure that your opponents, if they're ever going to win or get a draw, they're fighting for it? Are you not just being modest by saying if you're going to make the best moves possible, they're going to be fighting for second and third position and onwards?
So sometimes people used to say that I was a beast, so I'll try and awaken the beast.
Oh yeah, the beast, awaken the beast in you. I like that. Try to awaken the beast. There's an online event that you participated in Uganda, online event invested by, it was Invitational, and you awakened the beast. You played some really fascinating chess. If we can rediscover your form, as many people think, they believe nobody can beat you among the ladies in Kenya. Given the fact that you have also gone toe to toe with men, what preparations have you put in place to awaken that beast? I hope it's not just prayer.
It's more of analyzing my own games and looking at what I was missing before and what I can improve. So yeah, to my opponents, please don't use the same ideas to try and beat me.
I was going to ask you, so what do you want to tell your opponents? Kindly proceed.
Watafute kitu ingine. I'm also looking for of hitting. Yeah, I'm also sparring with to keep up. I think it's going to be lit.
Watafute kitu ingine simply means look for something else. Don't think you're going to bring the same game plan you have been coming with in the previous events and thinking that you're going to escape with a draw. Look for other plans. Be it not showing up, look for other plans. But I don't encourage you to show up, just show up on there. Let's face it. So Lucy, sorry, Joyce, going forward.
Yes.
What is your ultimate goal in chess? I mean, these events, you want to dominate them, you want to win them. What are you aiming at in chess?
Currently, I think I've had a number of terrible games, so I really want to get back in shape. And I believe I can attain a WGM title. Maybe
Wow,
I'll be.
WCM Woman Grandmaster. She wants to attend that.
Yes, I believe it will inspire maybe some of the kids that I coach.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your coaching. How do you do it? Where do you do it? How has it been an inspiration to you in the fact that you are nurturing upcoming talent? How has that been for you?
Uh, in coaching for me has helped me discover more about kids. Mainly, I'm involved with beginners and
Mhm.
kids who are mainly under 10 years old. So
Mhm.
usually before I didn't have much patience with kids, and when I was in a room full of kids and I'm the one
Yes.
who has to be in charge, I have to come down to their level and also be in control. So it's really taught
Mhm.
me a lot of patience when it comes to handling kids. And it's taught me that you have to meet kids at their different levels of understanding. uh, for instance, like I've had kids who are a bit underage. Usually we would have, I think we were with you in uh, Bakita, so we'll have a kid who is maybe younger than the others, and you'll wonder why while the others are playing, you tell them to set up the board or start playing.
Yes.
Then this kid is just arranging the pieces on top of each other.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. Say that again. Yeah.
So at such a point, I used to get so frustrated, and then I understood maybe the age factor. And for them, it's not so much about learning. If you go there trying to teach them, you're going to get frustrated. You'll even
Yes.
quit the job. Okay. So for them, you have to understand that you have to be the cool person. You have to be probably a storyteller and a cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because the kids' attention span will only probably last 5 to 10 minutes if you're
Yes.
lucky. And then after
Mhm.
that, you have to do something that engages them and then introduce another concept. Kidogo kidogo hivyo. So it's really taught me how to understand kids.
I agree with you, especially with the aspect where you talk about being patient with them. You really have to understand them at their level. And the joy that comes from it when you see them now uh, getting the ideas and trying to play them out. But it takes time, that patience. Have you been able to transfer this same patience to your game?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I've been able to apply some of the patience in my games.
Mhm.
I've discovered it's not just about middle game,
Mhm.
because initially I used to play just trying to win in the middle game and the opening. Then I'll forget there is the end game. So
Mhm. Mhm.
nowadays I'll be patient and think about the end game too.
Ah, okay. Have you been studying Endgame? Because it's one of our weakest areas as Kenyans in Endgame study. Have you been taking time to study the Endgame?
Yes, in there's a time I tried my first book. The first book I ever looked at, it was Jeremy Silman's Complete Endgame Course,
Mhm.
and some things that would seem so basic, they will seem so simple, but you'll not be able to see them on the board. Then you try
Yeah.
solving and solving,
Mhm.
and then when you finally see it, something so beautiful
Mhm.
end game. And I think it's also the best way to start introducing chess to people. After they know how the pieces move, now introduce them to chess end game, so that they get to the their end game sooner.
Now, tell me, when you look at, I want to go back to the event. When you look at all these things you've put into place about looking to get game and being patient, who do you consider a major threat to you in this event coming up? Among the people you're meeting, who is the person you can, you've talked about Lucy, the kind of games you guys go at each other. Who else do you consider a threat in that field?
Mm, I think every lady player there is quite respectable,
Mm-hmm.
and the main challenge is really me. Okay, getting
Aha.
yourself to be patient enough and to work on every advantage that I get, and mainly not to win, not to lose won games.
Aha.
People may not understand what that is, but it's a real thing.
You
Losing
don't want to
won
say
games.
you don't want to say I was winning because the points not given to you. Now that brings me to my
Yeah.
pet that I've been asking every chess player, mostly ladies. Have you ever cried in a game
Mhm.
after losing?
I do try. I do try, but tears escape me.
Wait, wait, wait. You do try to cry or you do try not to cry?
But no. Though for me, what happens is the game will eat me up for a long time. Like the whole day,
Mhm.
I'll focus on that whole game, that position. What should I have done differently? And then I see maybe there's nothing I could have done there. Maybe it is a few moves before where I would have made a game changing move. Yeah, so it will just eat at
Mhm.
me, and then but the tears.
The tears don't come. Does it affect
Yes.
your subsequent games, or you, after that bit of introspection, you move on to the next game?
Mm, I tend to move on to the next game. Maybe it will
Mhm.
affect sleep. For instance, let's
Mhm.
say in an international event, when you are really focused on one game or one loss, it may affect your sleep. Unapata
Mhm.
usingizi imekupotea,
Mhm.
punishing you for the loss. But then, uh, if you get a few hours of sleep, you'll be ready for the next game, and you'll be done with that.
Tell me, given your dominance, of course, you're a person who is respected in the chess world. When you come to the table and find a man sitting across you, what goes through your mind?
I get excited. Yes, I enjoy playing in the open section usually because
Mhm.
caution to the wind, and you just play, and it's fun. Then it's also fun when you meet a guy who has heard from his clansmen and my boys work.
Oh, boys.
you're not sup- yes, you're
Yeah,
not supposed to lose to a woman, and they really don't know what they'll say after the game. So
yeah.
it's really enjoyable. There's a guy I
So,
once played. They'll not say his name.
uh,
and and then he was winning. I was in a bad position, but I don't like resigning because anything can happen. Your opponent
uh,
might run out of time,
uh,
might
you
come.
hold, hold on to hope, hopeless.
Yes. So when I'm playing this guy, what happens is he has a bishop. He has a bishop on. He has a bishop and on the F line.
Mhm.
So I don't want his bishop for my other pawn, seeing his head and whatnot. So he
Yeah.
sacked. But then I had studied, and then I got so excited because when you have a pawn on that rank on that file, yes,
Mm.
rank. When you have a pawn there, my chances of drawing come alive.
The
So
spring
the guy
life.
lost.
Mm.
Yeah, so when you were supposed to win, I imagine you're going to be feel so much more like a loss.
I like that part that you had studied that ending. So you knew your chances of drawing are high, but then the win became as a bonus. How was his reaction after that? I was winning. Ah, you are lucky. I was winning. Umeponea. Ah, I left for you. Nilikuachia. How was his reaction?
Those were his words.
Ah, no, it wasn't me, Joyce. It wasn't me. So you can't say, okay, I know it wasn't me. Those were his words. Maybe I'm just speaking like a typical chess player. I love to be on the defensive and say I was winning. But then coming to you as a person, apart from chess, Joyce, what else do you do? Do you go party to party? I mean, what do you do for social life? Do you chill out with the girls or chill out with the boys? Or what is the way of passing time when you're not playing chess?
For me, it's probably watching a movie, or listening to
Mhm.
music, or hanging out with family.
Mhm.
I'm not so much of a party person, but
All right. What would you want to tell to that young girl watching you right now and saying, I want to be like Joyce. I want to be I mean, to beat men and I just want to be a national champion. And to me, this dominant force in chess that people talk about, that's Joyce, that's Joyce. What would you want to tell that young girl?
mm, it is possible to be better than you are today. Okay, so provided today you do something that, or you learn something that you didn't know yesterday, then you're good to go. Make sure you have,
Today, mhm.
because it's very hard for you to find motivation in something that you don't enjoy. Maybe in some cases parents do come in handy, because I see parents who push their kids before the
Mhm.
kids learn that they love chess. They come to love it after they start performing, but the parent pushes the kid, and then at a time T now they learn, wow, I love this game, I'm winning. People love winning. They don't like the handles that come with not winning or before winning. Yeah.
Right. Great. She has said it. What you did know yesterday, if you know it today, you have learned something. I mean, taking baby steps towards your goals. Now, Joyce, as we conclude, what is your final word to all everybody watching you, everybody playing chess? What do you want to tell them in conclusion as we wrap up this show tonight?
How? Mm, to my opponents, best of luck, and to the and to the observers and the fans. Hope you enjoy. To the rest, have a nice Friday night. That's it.
All right, there you have heard it from WCM Joyce Nyaruai. To the opponents, you had it yourself. Be ready, prep up your game, be on top. To the rest of you, as she said, I'm also saying the same thing. Have a good Friday night and God bless you. Until next time, signing off for the interview series is Brian Kiduna.